Good afternoon once again, Terrier Nation Sports Information Director Jared Plate here for the Hiram College Network. It's our Week 3 preview show with head coach Henry Stanford, and we will preview the game against the Wabash Little Giants, first road test coming up for you guys. Let's just touch on last week just a little bit. Tough start to the NCAC season, but you guys offense continued to make strides forward. Randy Tucker especially playing well with 366 yards, 3 touchdowns. So talk about some of the good things that you guys took out of that game and how you continue to see your quarterback improve.
Yeah, DePaul's a good team. They came in, they had a lot of questions to answer on their side of the ball, and they did that. And they had some great players, great personnel. They corrected some things as far as getting guys in great places and things. And we put together a good game plan. We were able to establish a pass game. Run game didn't go as well as we wanted. Defensively, we defended the run throughout the game fairly well, but then the pass game got to us. So it's kind of what happened last week versus DePaul. Rangers continues to be consciously in the game, concentrating, making good decisions in the pocket, staying composed. That's been kind of his deal the last couple of weeks.
You know, that was one of the big differences between week 1 and week 2 with Randy. You didn't see a whole lot of pressure against Earlham, so he was able to take some time in the pocket, but I think fans really saw what he was able to do because he was under a little bit of pressure, a little bit more pressure against DePaul. He was able to get out of the pocket and still make good throws downfield. Is that something that you like about his game, his ability to kind of extend the plays?
Yes, that's been something that he's worked on the last couple of years. I mean, with him being a junior, coming as a freshman, there was something that he continued to work on, which was just staying composed in the pocket, making great decisions, taking care of the football, being able to check down to a running back in the flat, as well as throwing a deep ball down the field. So I think his game is continually getting better with each opportunity to be a starter.
So let's talk about some of the newcomers that made some good plays for you last week. You talk about might have found a little diamond in the rough in your kick return game with Mo Yarborough doing some great things on kick returns. I think he really helped with the field position. And talk about your 2 freshman receivers that also played well.
Yeah, Mo did a great job. He's a lightning bug. I mean, when he's back there, catches punts and catches kicks, he can make some yardage. So he did a great job in the kickoff return game. Torrin Mayhew did an outstanding job as a receiver, caught a couple passes, scored some touchdowns. DJ Franklin from Pennsylvania did some great jobs playing receiver in a starting role. So we were very fortunate to have 3 freshman receivers who put their thumbprint into the DePaul game.
So let's switch the script here. Let's talk about the Little Giants as you guys hit the road for the first time this season. Talk about what they bring to the table and what do you know about them, and how do you plan to attack the Little Giants on Saturday?
They're a very physical team. That's the one thing that Wabash is known for, being a physical team up front, a physical team overall. Defensively, they've always had a great defense that's been fast and big and physical, playmakers, things of that nature. So this year's no different. They have a tremendous run game. They have some good receivers they get the ball to at times in their passing game. Great quarterback play on that standpoint. Defensively, they're big up front. They move people. They're physical. They command the line of scrimmage, and they have backers and DBs that can cover ground. So it's a great challenge for us. A great opportunity to show what we're all about, and I look forward to seeing us do great things on Saturday.
Wabash doesn't seem like a team that really wants to air the ball out. I think their starting quarterback only has about 32 attempts on the year, but Ike James, the sophomore running back for Wabash, already has over 200 yards, 5 touchdowns in the season. He was an NCAC Player of the Week in week 1. Talk about what you've seen out of him on film and how do you need to kind of bottle him up?
I think when it's all said and done, it comes down to the front. It comes down to the line of scrimmage. They have tremendous O-line play at Wabash, and being able to secure some gaps, have gap integrity in the run game. And then it was all said and done, if you establish the line of scrimmage and you play great defensive line play up front, it limits his lanes to run the ball, and in essence it bottles him up. So I think it comes down to us up front, securing the run lanes for him and shutting those run lanes down to in a sense bottle him up.
So Wabash has seen some success in the middle quarters, both the second and third. Don't score a lot of touchdowns in the first or the fourth. Can you contribute that to their ability to run the football and kind of wear defenses down? Is that kind of what the reason for that is?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is due to the run game. I think when you run the ball with the physical nature that they do, it starts to wear on the defense going into second quarter, going into the third quarter. they take the wind out of you, so to speak. So I mean, I think that definitely attributes to their scoring ability in the second and third quarters. Is having that type of run game.
So how do you combat that?
I'll come back to that with just ball control and offense. When you have the ball on offense, you score points and control the tempo of the game. You speed it up, slow it down, different things to maintain the ball and establish the line of scrimmage. And it gives them less opportunities to establish that strong run game and less opportunities to just run the ball and run the ball and run the ball. So I think that's what we have to do on Saturday.
One of the things that DePaul kind of took away in that week 2 matchup was the run game. And not a whole lot of rushing yards for us last week. How do you plan to get back to that, and how do you keep the Wabash defense in check, because they seem to be very opportunistic as far as, I think they forced 4 fumbles already on the season in 2 weeks. So what do you need to see out of Danny and Isaiah here in week 3?
I think it comes down to that, DePaul did a great job up front. Their front 4, front 7 did a great job of bottling up our run game throughout the entire game. I think we got to continue to do a great job with our line play, continue to do a great job with our combos and our zone schemes and things of that nature. And then allow Isaiah and Danny to get the ball in open field and let them do what they've been doing their whole lives. So, I mean, it comes down to us just getting our feet on their side of the line of scrimmage up front and then giving our running backs lanes to run the football.
So we ask it every week, and I'm going to ask you again. Fill in the blank. Hiram will win this weekend if
we establish the line of scrimmage, slow down their run game, control the ball on offense, win the special teams battle, and don't turn the ball over and give them opportunities to score easy points.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Coach.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
That was head coach Henry Stanford. You are watching the Hiram College preview show for week 3 of the Terrier football season. Hiram will take on Wabash on Saturday on the road. That is a 2 o'clock Eastern start, so 1 o'clock Central Time. You can check out anything with Hiram Athletics on our social media. We are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and check out our YouTube channel as well. And make sure to follow Hiram Football as well. I'm Sports Information Director Jared Plate. Special thank you once again to head coach Henry Stanford. Go Terriers.